welcome to another episode of Shooting
the Shit with Rachel
and Neal Young. We're talking all things real estate photography business growth, mindset, and getting it done. Here come your favorite true entrepreneurs, Rachel and Neal Young, shooting the shit.
I have a ferret on the podcast. Like if we're kind of in a slump, like what kind of things do you do?
Talking about a boob light.
Straddling a power line.
Nice photo.
Ooh, I need that.
I'm like red right now because I'm embarrassed. I go like this. I love it.
Come in.
Sure, use your podcast voice.
Over here, I'm pitting out.
Drone's like flipping to the ground.
That's a great callback.
Chit-chatting.
Is that what you call that? Hey!
Rach, who do you love?
HD Photo Hub.
Today's episode is brought to you by HD Photo Hub.
The platform real estate photographers trust.
And so do we, because Rach and I both use it on a daily basis. Check it out. Check it out.
Hello, Neal.
Well, hello, Rachel.
How are you today?
Fancy meeting you here.
I know, right? Woohoo! I'm back on the podcast. We took a hiatus. We took a week off because we were busy because it's winter and we're so busy during winter because we've done all the right things to stay busy. Right, Neal?
That's right.
Right. I've actually have been doing a lot of work. It's been great. So it doesn't feel like slow season yet. So I'm like, boo, y'all, baby.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's going to be the holiday. It's going to be Christmas before you know it. It's going to be insane.
I know. My daughter's like, we need an advent calendar, Mom. And I was like, oh, I guess we do. She's going to get 10 little boxes of little opens of candy before I get it.
Oh, those are fun. I should get one of them. I forgot about advent calendars. Yeah, we got to get one of those too.
Yeah, those are fun.
That's super fun.
Okay, so we started this podcast with the intention of talking about something with social media, like trending reels and the algorithm and all these things. And we were going to kind of talk about evaluating a few of my reels recently that have done well and why we think they've done well and why it doesn't really matter if they've done well. I don't know. Neal, you have another idea?
Not really.
That's originally because we were having this conversation on the phone just yesterday, I'm pretty sure, or the day before, whenever we talked.
It was, one of those days.
Yeah, discussing how one of my reels got 21,000 views, which for me is a lot. And I was like, wow. And it was funny because my assistant posted it and I don't really approve all of the social media stuff. She just puts it out and like 95% of the time it's great. I'm like, whatever. But I read it and it was like, okay, it was my favorite animal is me when I've already planned my entire 2025 content calendar. Mm-hmm. And I messaged her. I'm like, it already had a lot of views. And I messaged her and I was like, was that supposed to say animal? Like, I don't get it. And she was like, yes, it's supposed to say that. Like, that's the trend or whatever. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, maybe we should change it. And then I looked and it had 1,100 views and we like literally just posted it like that day. And I was like, it's fine. Just leave it. It's okay. And then the next time I looked, at 1,700 views, and then it was like 3,000, and now it's up to 21,500 views, which is a lot, right? Yeah. So we have a content calendar that we're selling to realtors, and we also have one that we are selling to real estate photographers. So if you want 365 days of content ideas, you can snag that. We will have a link down below in the description where you can get that. It also comes with 150 hooks and 93 call to actions. We are selling this to my realtors, right? This content calendar. And that's what the whole post is about. So, okay. So then I look at it, I'm like, okay, we got 21,000 views on this, but I'm like, what really matters is the insights. So if you go to your post, you click on it, you can go to view insights and you can see how many likes, how many comments, shares, and saves that you've gotten. And then it tells you how many views, the watch time, interactions. It also tells you the followers and non-followers that saw this content. So for me, there was 16% of my followers saw this and 84% of my non-followers saw this, which makes sense because I have like 3,600 followers. And if it got 21,000 views, if you do the math, like that kind of makes sense. Then it gives you this little graph that shows over time, like how many how many views it's gotten compared to your other typical reels. And then it says top sources of views. So recommendations, feed, reshares, and profile, and then accounts reached. And then it gives you your watch time. Now, this is the part that really matters to me when I'm looking at insights is the interactions section. So if you scroll down to the bottom, it tells you how many likes, how many comments, how many saves, shares, and then it gives you how many people followed you from this post. So with this post, Like my intention with this post was to get them to comment the word viral so that they could download my free sampler of this content bundle, which gives them 7 days of content ideas, 10 hooks, and 5 call to actions that they can use. So they can sample it, see what it's like. And then I put them on my email list, and then I send them an email like drip campaign that basically sells them the full content calendar, right? So with that being the point of this whole reel is to get people to comment the word viral in the comments. Out of the 21,000 people that saw this reel, I had 10 comments. And of those 10 comments, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people commented viral out of 21,000. So is that a successful reel? Like for what I was trying to get from it, right?
Right.
Not really. Like for some, it went viral. I don't know if that's really considered, it's viral for me. Okay, people.
Yeah, for us,
Over
it's
like
viral. Yeah.
3,000 views, 2,500 to 3,000 views.
Yeah.
I'm like, woohoo, I'm viral. You know, I don't know what the technical term for viral is, but for me, that's like
It blew
really
up.
high.
It blew up for you. For
It blew up
us,
for me.
like we're excited when we get like 2,000 views. We're like, yay, that was good.
I did good content. Yeah. But in
Right.
the big scheme of things, it's like, okay, you have to think about, did the content perform and do what you wanted it to do? We're not just posting for fun. I'm not just out making these reels to get a bunch of likes and to not try to get what the point of the post is, right? Like sometimes you just want to nurture your audience and you want to get engagement with them. So you want them to comment and then you comment back and it's this back and forth conversation where you're building that relationship, right? Sometimes your content like this one is trying to get their email address and getting them to comment a certain word. You know, you're giving something out for free. Sometimes you're just direct selling and you want to lead them to your website. So every time that you post, just keep in mind, it doesn't really matter how many views you get. It's more about the insights and if it did what the reel was intended to do, right?
Yeah, and I think this one was interesting because I think a big factor for this one was you used a title that
Mhm.
that was trending,
It was
which
trending
is
on TikTok. Right.
right.
And my son had to explain this to me, my
Right,
14-year-old.
and this is where we got this inside information from her son.
I'm like, I didn't know. Chuck's like, Mom, that's like, but he's like, it's not really used correctly. It's more like,
Right.
like
Mhm.
my favorite animal is when someone cuts me off in traffic and then it's a guy just like raging. And I was like, oh, okay. So
Right.
I did a test because I thought, okay, this blew up on my FMC account. And we have the Shooting the Shit account and I have my Rachel Ann page, right? Well, Rachel Ann, I post about fitness, faith, finance, like overall mindset, wellness stuff. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to use it over there and see how it performs on my other account. Now, my Rachel Ann page only has 629 followers. Still working on that. So the follows were less, but here's the title I used. I said, my favorite animal is me when someone says you can't have a 6-pack over the age of 40. And it's me and my husband working out, like mirroring each other. It's actually like a masking that I did. It's me and then him in the mirror. Anyways, you can go look at it if you want. We'll add the link below. But anywho, so that one performed fairly well. Kind of the same, not as viral, but 2,500 views on that one.
What was the percentage on that one for your current followers versus?
Sure. Okay. So that one got 10 likes, 2 comments, 12 accounts engaged with it. And I've got 58% of followers and 41% of non-followers. So what does that tell me?
Well, how many followers do you have on that account?
650, 629 or something. Not that many.
Yeah.
And my
Okay.
average like views are between like 100 and 1,000. Like I don't get a ton of views on my stuff. So this one outperformed most of my other reels.
Mhm.
But like the caption is you can do anything you can do anything. You could be the president. Have you seen that reel? If you know, you know, I guess. LOL. But really, if you want a 6-pack, you can have it. And at any age, anything is possible with the right determination, discipline, and meal plan and coach. DM me to learn more. Your 6-pack is right around the corner. So I did not get any DMs. The comments, we got one comment from one of Abel's friends who said, Abe doesn't count. He has a tapeworm. No, that's just like someone that knows us. You know what I mean? And I commented back and said, haha, he's definitely a freak of nature. So, you know, it didn't really do anything for me promoting the 6-pack, right? Because I promote it. I get everybody who joins the 6-pack. If you promote it to a friend, and they join, you make $97. So there is an incentive for me to be posting, and I've been trying to get people, and you just feel better, and you literally can get a six pack at any age. It's incredible. Anyways, so that reel outperformed the majority of my reels on that Rachel Ann page, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, I think it's interesting that, just because something's trending doesn't mean it's going to do exactly what you hoped, right? Because I
right,
think maybe people saw that video because maybe they were watching a series of those kinds of videos and yours popped up and so they watch it too, but it might not have, fell in line the same as they expected it to because you used it in a different way, or it might be just that your genre wasn't something they were interested in, so they didn't go and comment or whatever. But it's so hard, I think we can all relate to like getting frustrated when either we have something that's good or we have something that doesn't go as well as we expected, and trying to guess like why did it work or why didn't it work this time,
right,
and you know what I mean.
right.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's a daily struggle. You put a lot
Well,
of effort sometimes into this reel and you think this is it, I did all the things that I know from all the videos that I should be doing, and you put it out there and it's like crickets.
right.
you know
Well, yeah, and it's funny because like Neal, you on our shooting the shit Instagram, if you're not following us on Instagram, it's shooting the shit, Rach and Neal, all one word. It's kind of, anyways, you'll find us. We also have a website now, grow with Rach and
with Rach and Neal.
Neal.com. Grow with Rach and Neal.com.
Check it
Neal.
out.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. We sound like an ad, Neal.
Oh
Weird.
my
Have you heard
gosh.
that ad?
I
So
think you've heard
obnoxious.
it.
We need
Yeah.
to change those.
HD Photo Hub.
Yes, we love you, HD Photo Hub. Use HD Photo Hub. They're
We
great.
do.
All right,
Yep.
stop the podcast. I have to interject here. Now, if you are ready to hop on board with HD Photo Hub, if you're ready to make a change in your business, you need to use our promo code, which is STS, because you're not only going to get 50 free credits, you're going to get 150 free credits, which is equivalent
What?
to 15 property websites and I think like 50 site activations. And okay, I know a lot of you already use another platform, but if you want to switch over because you just love what they have, like their marketing kit, the app, property website, all of it, they can help you get your old clients into the new system, and they can make that
Yeah.
seamless for you. They can help you set up your shopping cart. Like it can be a smooth transition, and they give discounts and stuff for bringing you over. There's some good stuff. They're good people. And Neal,
Yeah,
what
and
else? What
if you
else?
want to do the app as well, if you want to do the app like Rach and I have, it's only a one-time fee to set that up and they walk you through everything, which is amazing. If you mention our podcast, STS, they're going to give you 30% off, which is insane. Normally it's $1,000 with the discount. It's, $600-700. And see, I told you I didn't know math, didn't I?
700 now.
Wait, $2.
It's
No,
$2.
it's an amazing deal. So check it
Yes.
out if you're interested. But
Yeah.
we'll get back to the podcast.
Let's go. Okay, so anyway, so Neal spent all this time making this reel, which I thought
Oh
was
yeah.
so good. Right? Neal, explain what it is because it's
Oh
just
yeah. So
great.
so I was just having some fun and I was really into it, and I took a bunch of clips from Game of Thrones and spliced them together. I thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny because we have a headshot course, and it's all about helping you have an extra venue to make extra money, especially in off season. Headshots can really be a lifesaver because, agents finally have time to do extracurricular things like that, and you need more money. So it's really a great thing. Rachel and I both do it. But, I was playing around with the idea that winter is coming, right? Like winter's coming, slow season's coming. And I tied it in with a bunch of them saying, winter is coming, in lines from this TV series. And I did a little voiceover and tied it into, winter is coming and along with it, slow season. And,
Mhm.
it was just silly and over the top and tied in headshots to it. And I don't know, spent way too long doing it. Sent it to Rach and she was like, "Oh, I love it. This is great." And I was like, "Oh, sweet. I did good. All right, cool." And so
We're like, it's gonna go viral.
it's gonna be so great.
It
We
goes so
posted it. I
good.
think it literally has. It's been out for like a week now, and I think it's got like 40 views.
No, we're all the way up to 122 views. Now,
Oh, fancy.
I mean, this is kind of a smaller. We only have 987 followers on our Instagram, so not a ton. But most of our reels get like between like usually an average about 500 to 1,500 views on our reels.
Yeah. And I did like, and I don't always take the time to do like a custom thumbnail. Like I I made a thumbnail with a caption that was
Winter is
legible.
coming.
I tried to make it like, oh, visually appealing for that. I kept it short in the reel, so it was really short. And I tried to do everything. I wrote a really fun comment, like put so much effort and time into this thing.
Yeah.
And then
And
you're
here's
like,
the insights.
really?
80% of
Really?
our followers saw it, 20% of non-followers. Likes, you had got 5 likes, no follows. I mean, that's it. For all that, he spent like an hour and a half on that. I mean, really
I
ridiculous.
did. I
So
did.
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And you know what? I don't understand the algorithm. And here's what I mean by that. So we've kind of been on a roll the last week with Focus with our content. Like they've just
Mhm.
been performing well. Anyway, I did a reel. This one I think I understand why it didn't get as many views as it should have. But the ASMR for real estate photographers is a video that I did. I
Mhm.
saw a broker that did this content. Same thing. She's like, this is ASMR for real estate, for realtors or whatever. And she gives a home tour and she whispers the whole time. And she's like touching the countertop and rubbing the tile and like just everything like you can think of for ASMR, right? That she's like calm and soothing and like visually.
Right.
So I decided I have to do this one before it's a trend, like, and everyone's doing it. I have to do it for real estate photography because it's gonna be so fun, and 2, it's gonna go viral. Like, there's no way hers got like 1 million views, and it's
Mhm.
hilarious. And she was goofy. She did such a good job. So I did the same reel. Well, obviously different things, but same concept. And I spent 2 hours doing it and editing it and getting it ready. I was literally went to a listing, you guys, and I got there and it was completely socked in with fog, like so foggy. And the broker's like, "Oh, it was clear this morning." And I was like, she's like, "It's supposed to clear up in an hour." I was like, "Perfect. I'll just sit here. I want to make this real anyway. So it's no big deal." Right. So I just did this one. The fog never lifted. I had to go back the next day. But anyway, it was just like, there's no timeline. I'll just sit here all day. It's okay. I can make
Yeah.
this real. It was fun, actually. I just got to do my
And
creative
and
thing.
you did a killer job on that thing. It's so funny, Rach. I thought it
Thank
was
you.
hilarious. And I
Thank
was like,
you.
oh my God, rolling on the bed. Ow, ow, ooh, ow, it's not a real bed. I loved
Lamp.
it. Yeah, lamp. I thought it was
Lamp.
great.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, I mean, that should have like, that's one of those things you think like, that should have got more. Why? It
It
did
got,
okay. It did
yeah, it did
okay.
okay, but it didn't do great. So here's the insights on it. Here's what's weird. It got 1,650 views. I collaborated with Masterplan, with Shooting the Shit,
Mm,
and I tagged the broker and I posted it on Focus Media Collective. So it went out to 3 accounts and it only got 1,600 views, which usually
yeah.
when I collaborate on a reel, it gets like twice as many views as it normally would
Hmm.
because 2 different accounts it's being pushed out to more people, right?
Yeah.
So 1,500, 1,600 views, 40% followers, 59 non-followers, which is good. I'm trying to get more followers always. We want to bring in new people, new clients.
Hmm.
So reels reach your non-followers, which is good. So having a higher percentage of non-followers that saw the reel to me is a win. So that's good. It did on the little graph, it did outperform most of my reels on how many views it gets within the first couple days. Well, okay. This is where I don't understand the algorithm because they say the algorithm it's pissing me off. I'm like, I don't get it. They say they
If you're
want
not watching the video, you got to watch it just for that one part where she like did a little arm thing, like,
Ugh,
yeah.
pisses me off. So they're favoring comments and shares. They want content that's shared, right? And that gets a lot of
Yeah.
comments.
Mm.
This single post got 98 likes. It got 28 comments and it got 13 shares and 2 saves. That's
Yeah.
like through the roof engagement for my
That
account.
engagement is off the hook. I never get
Insane.
that kind of engagement. Yeah.
Me neither, ever. And it's just
And we
because
have
it's
videos that
something.
have more views than that, and
Yeah.
they don't have that kind of engagement.
Well,
So
okay.
like, right.
Same post. Think about the post I did, the 21,000 views post, right? That got
Right.
very little engagement, like some, but not compared to this with 1,600 views, that engagement, like that
Yeah.
is actually reaching my people. My people liked this. They related to it. They enjoyed it. It was something different they haven't seen before. That's
Yeah.
why I got the engagement on that post. You
Right.
have to do something that's outside the box, that's different, that's going to set you apart, that people are
But
going to
then
stop
it
and
sees
watch.
the engagement, and why doesn't the algorithm send it out to more people outside of your circle? I don't understand.
Here's my theory
Okay.
for that. Okay. Average watch time is 21 seconds. That video is 1 minute and 30 seconds long, 90 seconds.
Ah.
So I think with the watch time being so much lower, it didn't go out further. If I would have made that video 30 seconds or 45 seconds, which I should have pulled it. When I posted it, I was like, I think I should erase the first 3 clips because the first 3 clips are me opening my hatch of my trunk, walking like my feet on the gravel, and then opening the front door and unzipping my camera bag. And it just
at what
takes too
point-
long to get to the funny, weird,
And
quirky
that's probably
stuff.
21 seconds right there, right?
Yeah, probably. And then they see me go lights, and I click the lights on, and then I'm like,
So it wasn't even established that it was real estate specific, really, visually, anyway.
right.
Like if
I mean,
somebody-
kind of when I open my camera bag, but you don't get to that until you open my camera bag, and you can't
Right.
really tell what it is. You're like, what is that?
So if you had started with
Lights.
lamp.
Yeah. So I have a YouTube channel, and you can post shorts over there, but they can only be 60 seconds. So I am editing the reel. I was working on it today to cut it down to 1 minute, which is dang near impossible because I want to keep it all. So hard.
I know.
Gonna
I
need
know,
your
it's
feedback
really
on
fun.
that. But I took out the first 4 clips. I took out the last clip was a call to action. So I took that out. And then I have to take out one more section. So I need your feedback on
Lose
this
a
one.
lamp.
But
You only need 1 lamp. I know that. You had more than 1 lamp,
I had like 4 lamps because it was funny.
but you got to lose one. That's what
Okay.
you got to do.
I only have to cut out, I think, 6 more seconds. So maybe that probably could be 1 lamp.
That might do it.
Okay. If you guys haven't seen this reel, you're probably like, what are they talking about? Go watch the reel and follow me while you're at it, would you? Focused Media Collective. I need followers. It's really important.
I love
Oh my
lamp.
gosh. Lamp.
Are you just looking at things in a room and saying you love them? I love lamp.
That should be a reel in itself. Okay. So that's kind of my crazy, interesting, like looking at my insights and really trying to dig in and see like, why is this content performing how it is, right? Why is it not performing well? And then even today, okay, I posted one today that was like a meme of a guy. I don't even know what show he's from. I should probably know this, but he's like annoyed and he's frustrated looking, right? And he like closes his eyes and looks up and he's like, ugh. Anyways, when you see cell phone photos on Zillow, is the caption.
It's the guy from The Walking Dead, by the way.
Thank you.
It's the bad guy from The Walking Dead. I can't remember his name, but he's super annoying. He's half the reason I stopped watching The Walking Dead.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I don't watch TV. So there you go. Anyways, this one we posted this morning. It got, so far, it has 787 views. And then the insights, it's got 27 likes, 2 comments, and 7 shares. Okay. So the algorithm makes me mad. It's like if 7 people are sharing it, that's a lot for me. Usually nobody shares my content.
Right.
You know, but they
the
did.
good thing I will say is you are hitting your core audience and they are engaging and liking it. So, you know, if we forget about that it's not going out to the whole world, it's still effective with your core audience. But of course, we want to attract more people. So it is at the same time frustrating. I get it.
Yeah.
So.
And it's 0 follows, which I find it hard to get follows off reels. Like I don't usually get a ton of follows from the reels I'm putting out. So, which tells me I need to like probably add some more add value content where they're actually getting value. Like why would someone follow my account? Either they're entertained, they're inspired, or they're learning something, right? Like if you think about why do you follow accounts, right? Neal, why do you follow certain accounts? What is it that makes you want to follow them?
Well, you know, for me, it's mostly entertainment. Like I'm on Instagram mostly. For Instagram, I'm really going for entertainment. If I want education, I tend to go to YouTube more. Like I'll listen to longer podcasts or TV, you know, like video podcasts on YouTube or educational stuff I'll find on YouTube. I don't as much listen to the stuff on Instagram just because I don't know, I want more in depth, I guess, for most of the stuff that I want help with. But
It's so
sometimes I
quick,
will find
right?
education and then go to their YouTube channel to find out more. So,
Okay, that makes sense.
you know,
I think if I were to answer that question, I'm so glad you asked, Neal. It's so glad.
I know you're going to answer it.
You know, I just want to talk more.
Yeah.
I wonder, am I annoying, guys? I talk too much. Sometimes I'm like, Rachel, shut
Let's
up.
play a game. How long can Rachel not talk? Let's everyone be quiet in the room. Who's the first one to talk?
Really? I can't do it.
And she lost.
I can't do it. The awkward silence kills me. I've gotten more comfortable with silence, but it used to be a very uncomfortable moment for me.
Oh my
Getting better.
gosh.
I know.
That's hilarious.
Funny. Okay.
But yeah, I like entertainment. I think entertainment is still really big on Instagram. Yeah. I don't know. What do you watch when you're on Instagram? What do you like to look at?
I I don't know. What do I look at? What do I watch on Instagram? I watch a lot of content from other creators. It depends on
Mhm.
which channel I'm on. If I'm on shooting the shit, it's filled with like we follow real estate photographers around the
Yeah.
country and around the world,
Mhm.
really. And I'm so impressed by people's video quality and
Oh, so
what
good.
they're capable of in their editing. So I nerd out on that stuff for sure.
I do too. Yep.
On my focused media, it's a lot of broker stuff. It's some education about the, trends in the market, investing stuff. And then on my Rachel Ann page, that is filled with preachers talking about Jesus and the Bible. And I educate myself there with that.
Mm.
But I try not to go down that rabbit hole too much. I try to limit my scrolling because it's really easy to get sucked in. You know what gets me every time? I think I've said this before. Maybe not. This is my guilty pleasure on Facebook. I still communicate with my editor on Facebook, so I have to go there daily. Otherwise, I literally don't think I would ever go to Facebook. I have a decent following there, I realized, since I've been posting on my personal Instagram, which goes there too. Anyways, okay. So when I'm on Facebook, there's the little reels section that comes up. And for some reason, it's all celebrity reels that come up. Like Julia Roberts was on yesterday and she has that big, beautiful laugh. And I could like watch her talk and laugh all day long. She's so darling. But it's just like stupid celebrity reels that come up and I'll watch those and scroll through them every single day. And I'm just entertained
Yeah.
for 10 minutes. And then I have to like slap myself and be like, get off your freaking computer, get off Facebook.
Yeah.
Not what you came to do, girl. Focus, focus, focus. Like,
I
Lord, my
ended
time.
up watching a lot of skit based kind of stuff. So like there's
Mm.
one guy, this weightlifter guy who doesn't look like a big guy. So he goes into the gym and I don't know what ethnicity he is, but he kind of hams that up like he's a foreigner, like, oh, I pick up, let me just move this weight. And the guys are like, oh, it's really heavy, whatever, that kind of stuff. And then he'll just like pick it up and do a bunch of whatever the exercise they were, like it was nothing. And the guy's jaws just drop and they're just like, what? You know what I mean? I like that guy. I watch a lot of that. Like I can watch that all day. And then don't ask me why. It's very simple. And then recently, I love these guys. They're sitting on like a dock in just like chairs, and they're just chilling, like drinking a beer. And one guy will
Oh,
turn to the other one, and
oh
they
my gosh.
just will
Neil.
say a dad joke, and
Yes.
they just try to keep a straight face. I
Did
could
you
watch
see
those
the
all
one
day.
today? Did you? I follow the
No,
same account. I was going to mention that.
oh, you were.
Ah,
I
I
love
love
those
those
guys.
guys.
Oh my
Wait.
God, the dad jokes. I just love
Oh,
them just trying to keep the straight face. I could just watch
oh
them trying to
gosh.
keep the straight face all day, you know?
Okay, you said they're on a dock. Do you ever see them in the woods?
Maybe. I seem to think they're in a dock a lot of the time, but maybe
It's so
they're in the
funny. I
woods
was
too.
telling Dan about a reel. Had a meeting with Dan today and I had told him about a reel that I saw and it was the dad joke guys and I was like, "Yeah, they're so funny." And he's like, "Yeah, I love that they're just always out on a dock." And I was like, "No, sometimes they're like in full camo out in the woods hunting or they're like on a couch." And he was like, "What?" He's like, "I only see them on a dock." It's like, I don't know. Anyways, now I want to go look. But it's so funny that you mentioned that account because I literally today we were talking about it. But one
Yeah.
of the jokes, it was like, I crash my bike every day. It's a vicious cycle.
Oh God.
I don't even know if I
Love
said
it.
it right, but it's
Yeah,
so
they're like,
dumb. Like you just can't help but laugh.
yeah.
They're so dumb. They're great.
Oh yeah. What was the one about the dog? Oh, right. Well, oh, I don't remember.
I
I don't
don't
know.
even know
They're
what
so
their
corny.
handle
They're
is.
so great.
Do you know who they are?
No, I don't. That's the funny.
No.
I was just thinking
I
that too, is
sent
that
it
like
to
I keep
Dan. Let
going,
me
oh, the
look.
guys who do this. It's funny, we'll watch so many of those videos and still not retain who these people are. You
Right?
know what I mean?
Yeah,
How engaged you have to be to even pay attention to who they are.
I know. It's wild. It's
It's
really
funny,
wild.
right?
Oh, here it is. Oh, every day I get hit by the same bike.
It's a vicious cycle.
My doctor told me I have 6 months to live. I told him I couldn't afford to pay, so he gave me another 6 months.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
So these guys
Uh,
are not on a dock. Maybe this
no,
is a
they're not on a dock in that one?
no.
Here, hold on. I gotta get my phone.
This is Coach Says Jokes is one of the guys. This is I think these are different guys. And it's Logan. Oh, this is the guy. Yeah. They are on a dock a lot and it's cold outside. Logan Lysel, Logan, next word, Lisle. Dock Talk is the name of their channel. That's why they're always on a dock. But I swear I've seen them hunting before. Maybe that's a different group of guys. I get a lot of dad jokes, apparently. They pull it off so well, Neil. You'd be good at that, I feel like.
I totally wanted to sit on the dock. I just need like a bigger mustache for it. You got to
Yeah.
have the stash, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Go check
I
out Doc
like.
Talk. They're great.
And then you
Um,
know what else I watch a lot of actually? I watch a lot of like highlights from fighting. A lot of
mm,
fighting stuff, like
interesting.
boxing or martial arts, women's MMA. I like a lot of that stuff. I could watch that stuff all day.
That kind of makes me
No,
nauseous. I don't like fighting.
no.
Mm-mm. I can't stand that or torture. If there's torture in a movie, I will like get sick feeling. I'd hate it. It's so
Oh,
weird.
really?
Yeah.
Torture? Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been a really great session podcasting with you today, Neil. Thank you for talking all things trending reels and the stupid algorithm that's broken. Appreciate you.
We hope you all enjoy commiserating if you
Yeah.
have reels that you put so much effort into and
I
just
know.
flopped. I'm right there with you.
We feel your pain. We feel your
We
pain.
hope that through our repeatedly beating our heads against the wall, eventually we will crack this. And when we do, we're going to let you know how we did it.
Exactly. Exactly. But no, for reals though, guys, if you guys want content ideas, we have 365 days of content ideas. It's done for you. It just makes it so easy. You can literally just pull the ones you want to use. If you only want to post 3 days a week, you just pick one for the week and post it. So they're fantastic. And then there's hooks in there that you can use for the first line of the caption that you write, or you can put it as like text over the screen. And then there's call to actions that are geared towards getting shares. There's a list of ones for getting more likes, for getting more follows. So there's different calls to action that you can use too. So it's like full bundle. We are giving away a sampler bundle of that. So we will link both of those down below if you're interested in picking those up. We have them available for you guys. So yay. And we have a headshot course if you want that.
Yep.
Yay.
Check it out. Yeah. Check it
Get
out
through
on Grow.
winter. Get through winter, do your marketing, get it done. And just know that the algorithm is not the say all, do all, be all. Just know
That's
that
true.
if you're connecting with your audience and they're engaging with your posts with comments, shares, and likes, like that's more important than the view count. So just keep that in mind.
And keep doing it is important. Or we're
Yes.
just, we're keeping at it and keep progressing because it will help you and we'll get there in the long run and we'll do it together.
Yay. I know. I realized I've been posting on social media for like 5 years now. Isn't that wild?
Wow.
Consistently on for 5 years. And I had a social media manager that like did it for me for a long time. But yeah, 5 years. I have 979 posts and 3,600 followers in like 5 years that I've been doing this. That's wild to me.
Sounds a little bit like you're talking about your prison time.
How it feels, Neil. It feels like I did
5 years.
I did 5 years. That's actually going to be a hook for our next content. I did 5 years. I saw some creator with that. If you
Oh,
listen
really?
to the podcast, you should reach out because it was a really good hook. I don't remember who it was, but the title of the thumbnail said, I did 7 years.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
you
that is
go
good.
in and he played a violin for 7 years and he was telling
Yeah.
his story about how it affected his life and how it was so good for him and stuff. And I was like, oh, I rode horses for 9 years. I'm going to say I did 9 years. Cause you think they went to prison, right? You have to click on it. You're like, what? You did time? So good. So good. Neil,
Yeah.
right? Am I
Yeah.
the only one who was
So
like,
good.
okay, we were supposed to be done podcasting, but we're just still going. Okay. We can talk about
Yes.
social media all day.
And here, hold on. Ready?
Yeah.
For the end of the podcast, we'll try to do a dad joke without laughing and we'll do it serious. Are you
Okay.
ready?
Okay, go.
Who's starting? Do you have a dad joke you can do?
No.
Okay, I got one. All right. I got a problem. My dog keeps attacking people on bikes. Never should have taught him to ride a bike.
Neil.
That's one of the ones they did. That's the one I was trying to think of.
That's awesome. Okay, let me see. I'm looking up hilarious dad jokes. Here we go. Can I cheat and just look one up for the podcast?
Yeah, make sure you're talking to the mic because you sound a little soft.
Okay, ready? Here's my dad joke.
You got to do it. Now you got to do it with a straight face, Rach.
Okay. Why can't a leopard hide? Because he's always spotted. Character so well.
That's the part where they just basically at the end they just kind of look around, look at each other, take a sip of the beer, and act like it was just a total normal thing they just said. I love
Yeah,
it. It's so
I know.
good.
So good.
It's so good.
How do
It's-
moths swim?
We need something like that, Rach. We just need to do something silly like that that's totally repeatable, and then oh my gosh, you'll just blow up. Yep.
That would be fun.
We'll come up with something.
We'll find our series. Maybe next podcast we'll talk about series that you can do on Instagram that will help your business grow. I don't know. Series. We did have a
Start
listener.
your own series for Netflix.
We had, oh my gosh, sorry. I keep opening Instagram because I have all these ideas and I need to see who. I just like to be on Instagram while I'm on the podcast. It's more fun.
On this
Multitasking.
episode of Shooting the Shit, we will
Yeah.
simply scroll on Instagram the whole
Right.
time.
We're going to just play on Instagram and you guys can come along. That's our thing. But no, I got a message. We got a message, Neil, from a follower, River City Stills, and he suggested that we talk about how to make a custom GIF sticker for Instagram. Like I've done the GIF pop-ups, so we can talk about that.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. I like
And he
that.
asked about using ChatGPT in your business, which I think would be a great one to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot of uses there.
Yeah. So I've been using it in my business. It's been great. So anyways.
ChatGPT in your business,
Yeah.
all up in your business. That's their jingle, I think.
Yeah. it should be.
ChatGPT, all up in your business.
Good night. Good night. I'm stopping the
And on
podcast.
that note-
Otherwise, this is going to go on forever. Okay, guys. Bye. Have a wonderful day. Neil, don't spit out your drink, whatever you're drinking over there.
And good night.
Good night.